Hi, I'm the Raz the Reader. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where we read the tarot and foster intuition. So today, I'm going to be doing a 4-card reading demonstration. I'm going to be trying something a little different with the channel, and I've been experimenting with some different card readings, and some of the simple ones that I've found are actually some of my favorites. They're really fun and intuitive. And this one will be called the Self-Check-In Tarot Spread. So the first card is going to be representing, what do I need to know about my mind? And we have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups. Now this is an active card because the number 5 is an active number. And also, 5s in general are sort of second beginnings. So it's like you have your aces, which are your beginnings, maybe new beginnings. Well, your 5s, you can kind of look at them as second beginnings. And this card can be negative. There's even some text I've read before that says, this card can be a dark omen even. But there's actually a lot going on here that I want to talk about. You obviously have the dark cloaked figure. He looks dejected. And this card always reminds me of the Hermit card and also sort of the 4 of Cups. So first taking a look here, you have 3 spilled cups, but 2 still remain. So you may have some loss in your life. You could look at this as crying over spilt milk, focusing on the negative, and, you really have to get out of that cycle. That's how I look at it with this card. You might have lost some money, or, it could have friends or family members that have passed away or something like that. It could even just be representing mistakes you've made in the past, things that you haven't gotten over yet. But this card is so much more than that, though. I look at it as opportunity. So 2 cups remain. So let's just say worst case scenario, you had a family member pass away or something. You still have 2 remaining. So in some of the text, it even talks about how it can be inheritance or something like that. But to go a little bit deeper into this, you still have a chance to turn things around in your life. You still have some resources to pull from, or you can get up and gather new resources. More than likely, you still have people that love you and care about you and that you care about. So this card just reminds me in this position with the what do I need to know about my mind is that, hey, you still have some blessings out there. Take the blessings you still have, cross that bridge. You can see in the back of this card, there's a bridge leading somewhere. I look at that as a better place that you're going. So sort of pick those 2 cups up that you still have, pick yourself up, get across that bridge. It's time to move on to bigger and better things. So the second card is, what do I need to know about my body? And we have the 10 of Cups. And of course, 10 is a passive number. The even numbers are passive and the odd ones are active generally. And so this card, looking at it, a few things come to mind here. But I feel this is definitely a positive scene. It shows a happy family, rainbows, the 10 of Cups is great. This card always reminds me of, the old saying, your cup runneth over. So you're on your way to attaining your health goals. Maybe it's your fitness goals or your health goals, just as far as your body in general. And this card reminds us to keep our focus, on family and friends, if you look at the scene here. And to take care of your, emotional side as well. Cups are usually an emotional intelligence card anyway, dealing with emotions. So this card just reminds me, be cool, be calm, be collected. I see this as internal emotional turmoil being resolved, or on your way to being resolved, or resolved soon. It also kind of shows a nice scene here, and it's like right now things are going pretty good. And that's how I generally kind of read this card in this position of, what do I need to know about my body? The third card here is, what do I need to know about my finances? And we have the Justice card, of course. This was just really interesting when I got this card, because dealing with the Justice card, it's a hard card to read at times. Sometimes I've even struggled with this card and Judgment, and even sometimes getting a little confused, especially when I first started reading tarot. But this card reminds us that, things are always going to need to be about balance. You see the balancing skill on this card. But it's also about doing the right thing, reminding us to make good choices and just be doing what we should be doing in regard to our finances. Being more frugal, not wasting resources, especially with so much turmoil and, some of the circumstances that are really sad going on in our nation and everything with the virus. And it's a good time to save money, pay off debts, maybe eat at home more and save money, helping others if we can, of course. And a little bit goes a long way in that endeavor. Of course, you still do want to spread the wealth a little and go out to eat. I'm not saying not to, but this is what this card means to me in this position. Maybe cut out some of the unnecessary spending if we haven't already. But, just overall take a minimalist approach to our finances and just things in general. And this card, tells me, hey, justice. What do I need to know about my finances? Well, make sure you have an emergency fund set up. At least $1,000, but maybe enough for 2 months of living expenses. But we have to find balance also. We can also treat ourselves a little bit and try to stay grounded overall with our finances. So don't tip the scales too much left or right. I look at life that way anyways, but especially when it comes to our finances, and that's how this card in the position of the three kind of goes for me. What do I need to know about my higher self? Very important in the 4 position here. And of course we have the 4 of Wands. Wands is a fire suit. It's one of my favorite of the minor arcana. And in this position of what do I need to know about my higher self, joy comes to mind. What brings you joy? For me right now, reading this card, I like kind of a simple life. And I think sometimes living a simple life will bring success in some ways. I think this card also reminds me of good endings when you look at it. It's a little bit like the card in the 2nd position, isn't it? The 10 of Cups, sort of, if you look at it. They're very content right now in this scene. So this card can also mean fresh starts, upcoming engagements or marriages or that kind of thing. It can also mean moving residences, and it's usually a positive move if so. When I read into this, I think, maybe you want to move around more. Maybe it's not moving residences. Maybe you just want to move around more, get around more, maybe go on vacation, just move around a bit more in general, especially with everything going on right now where a lot of us have been quarantined or not able to go as many places as we want to. But this card in this position of what do I need to know about my higher self, it just reminds us to be grateful, stay humble, and, celebrate the little things in life. My higher self is always trying to tell me that, to relax, to meditate, to take a nap, to recharge, and enjoy the little victories in life. Don't sweat the small stuff. And I think that caps off this 4-card reading really well. And this reading, again, was the self-check-in tarot spread, and it's a great little 4-card read. Anyway, please like and subscribe to this channel, and I really appreciate it. It helps me as I'm trying to build this new channel here with tarot cards. And if you have any suggestions for any upcoming videos or any comments you'd like to add about this video, don't hesitate to put it down in the comments. I try to respond to every comment. All right, thanks, and I'll see you on the next ride.